assists for him over the last 4 games. And Jim, going into the game in Memphis, there was some Twitter beef going on around him about Andrew and how he wasn't assisting the basket.
Seeing it up and not showing any kind of tendency ATO.
DeMar DeRozan for Trey Lyles. Shot clock down to 5. LaMarcus Aldridge able to get it to roll.
I'll tell you what, when we play San Antonio, it seems like he likes to mix it up against Karl Anthony Towns and Gorgui Dieng.
Andrew Wiggins gets the Timberwolves on the board. Puts such high arc on that shot, it is really tough to defend. Towns trying to back his way in on Aldridge, and Towns with the hook.
Virtually every night. DeJounte Murray did miss 1 game, but Trey Lyles has started every game for them at the center position.
And good to see a 3 go through for the Timberwolves. Culver works his way to the rack and able to lay it in.
He's a great player in his own right. I said he kind of reminds me of Ushan. He's not quite as big. Ushan is over 6'8". So he's not as big as Ushan. A nice finish right there by Bryn Forbes. Minnesota's come out with great energy here again. It's one thing we've seen from the Wolves, right, Dave, is great starts, and Andrew Wiggins has been a huge part of that. He just settles for a lot of turnaround jump shots.
Andrew Wiggins still being aggressive.
Yeah. 11 points for Andrew on 4 of 5 shooting. Wrinkles you can run out of that play set. The team they do and Rudy Gay, there's no wrinkle for that. That's just right to the rim and ram it. And the second unit is so much more willing to let it fly from outside the arc than the starters are.
Patty Mills uses the Pirtle screen to get free for the jump.
Staple of what the San Antonio Spurs do. And there you see Patty Mills letting it fly.
Going to be a chance for a 4-point play as Okogie got him as he was coming. It's the second chance bucket tonight for San Antonio. Covington looking for a 3, and he drills it.
Spurs winning the rebounding battle here early on. 6 offensive rebounds already. They've converted those into 4 points. Spurs are winning the points in the paint battle as well.
Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew gets 2 for Minnesota there. The best rebounding point guard the Spurs have ever had.
Wiggins, oh, what a feed! Sees Covington cutting and feeds him perfectly. Doing the NBA, Jim, for rebounds out of the point guard position so far this season. So there is some statistical data to back up what Sean Elliott is.
7.7 a game.
Spurs back within 1 after the Bellinelli jumper. And Jeff Teague will drop it down from outside. In fact, he scored the last 6 in this game for the Wolves. Murray has it stripped away. Timberwolves will try and get it up the floor in a hurry. Culver and the rookie with the finish. Aldridge, man, it is really just almost impossible to defend that shot.
It was still with 0 second chance points, which is something they do pretty well. 6th in the NBA, average over 14.9 a game.
Transpiring since Andrew Wiggins did go to the bench. Karl Anthony Towns to 3.
Josh Okogie could be 3 for 3 in the game. He's 0 for 3. And those hoops that he missed out on, but he got fouled on a couple of them. Wow, what a spin move by DeMar DeRozan.
You mentioned, Jim, the surprise that the Timberwolves haven't been able to get some second chance points here tonight is DeMar DeRozan gets an and 1 chance. 21-19 on the glass right now. Every Timberwolves player has at least 1 rebound that is played tonight. Towns has another triple. The Spurs allowed opponents to average over 100 points per game for the season. Towns drills it. And this season, the Spurs have not held a single team under 100 points yet on the year. Opened with a 3-game homestand. We're 3-0 to start the year. But they've lost their last 2 at home.
Mills, man.
Get a couple more buckets and a couple stops to close out this quarter. Wiggins attacking, and Wiggins finishing. Forbes, and he'll get a whistle and an and 1 opportunity for 4.
45 days or something?
No, it's 65.
65.
65 days they've been under 500 in the last 22 years.
Yeah.
As DeRozan able to get it to roll in.
They really narrowed it down to almost a 6-month rehab for a lot of guys.
Nice anticipation there by Towns to break that up. Wiggins attacking, and Andrew finishing. Got 10 ties, 7 lead changes here tonight. Marnie Gellner along with Dave Benz and Jim Peterson with you for this Timberwolves Spurs NBA meeting. DeRozan faked like he was going to pull it out and then took it in.
By the way, Timberwolves Twitter was Johnny on the spot with the derivation of that saying. It's kind of boring, so I'm not even going to get into it. But Gerson Rosas to be able to get Jake Layman and Shabazz Napier.
Although Shabazz tonight missing his 5th straight game.
Very efficient 4 of 5 from the floor.
DeRozan able to guide it in. Game of the season so far. Wiggins out of the corner. Three-pointer by Andrew, cold-blooded, and Andrew now has 25 points. Okay. Able to get it to go. By the way, Jim, I know you were on the email. We got an email today from Jason Phillips. They are continuing to examine and discuss ways that they can make the coach's challenge more effective and efficient. Is Josh Okogie effective and efficient on that possession?
Yes. What else happened in the email? Keep on explaining it. There was some good information in there.
They're working inside to Pirtle and one. Wiggins pulls up for 3. Andrew downtown. He is locked in. Feels like he's got a mismatch with Forbes. Patty Mills comes over to try and help out. Wolves nearly turned it over. And then Wiggins all alone underneath. Excuse me, Travion Graham gets free underneath.
Like, because he has done it. Getting to the free throw line more often as Teague makes an impossible shot. I mean, like, he got fouled. It looked like he was going to double clutch that. Workout before the game is completely different than what he was allowed to get away with in years past.
Jake Layman adds to the Timberwolves bench total. Karl-Anthony Towns with his 4th assist.
With David Vanderpool, and we're going to get video of Andrew Wiggins working with David Vanderpool before one of these games, and we're going to show you.
This is a simple fix, but those things have been eliminated, and the results are certainly impressive. And Jarrett Culver's having himself quietly a nice night as well. I don't think this one's going to be quite as one-sided, but the Wolves are looking like they've got the potential to win this one comfortably. Jarrett Culver is 5 of 8 shooting. He's got 10 points. Towns has 24 points and 11 rebounds. Covington hasn't done much offensively in the second. Covington nearly got the turnover for Minnesota. Instead, Aldridge will get the paint point.
Guys to focus in. This is too good of a team.
Yeah, you can't consider the game won against San Antonio, and Towns has now matched Andrew Wiggins for the game high with 28 points. Greg Pop, Gorgie Jang, Lonnie Walker the 4th goes into a hard screen by Gorgie right in front of us.
Done a nice job when he's got an opportunity, and that was, that's rattling the old molars. Right.
With San Antonio having a losing record, and it will only mark the 66th day in 22 years they've been under 500. It's unbelievable.
65 days now. It's going to be 66 tomorrow. So they don't play
technically tonight.
Do they play tomorrow?
They'll a couple hours left. No, tomorrow. So by the time they go play in Orlando, it'll be 67.
67 days. Okay. The San Antonio Spurs. No team has ever done that in the pop reign of the San Antonio Spurs. How about that?
That's good knowledge. And they've doubled their 40-point quarter output for the year, by the way. Now with 4 on the season. We're loaded on the plane by a little after 11. We didn't take off till almost 3:30 in the morning. Jarrett Culver with one last highlight to add to the reel from this one. And the Timberwolves with an impressive 129-114 win, powered by the dynamic duo of Andrew Wiggins, who had 30, and Karl-Anthony Towns, who had